Okay, it seems that we're on now. Sup, Siren Squad? I'm going to be real. So we're going to do the stream where I update you guys because here's the deal. Honestly, life is kind of a lot of work right now. And I've decided that I want to run the podcast in a way that we're going to go in a new direction. So far, I've been just trauma dumping. Okay, that's what you call it when you just need somebody to talk to and you spill your fucking guts over and over and over again and say the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, but now that I got all that out of my system over time, okay, and I've trauma dumped, I really want to turn this into something informational. All right, we're going to be real. For those of you that haven't seen yesterday's, I did a very short stream while in the early morning, around, what'd you say, parking? It was 1 a.m. But I addressed this. Here is what I am going to say about it, because everybody behaves in various manners for various reasons. All right. And so I love to understand behavior. Hey, Logan, did you do a sound check on me? Am I sounding okay? I'm not cutting out like I was before, am I? Okay. So understanding psychology, I used to think it ruined my life, but now see, here's the thing. Here's something really important. Okay, let me get organized. That's why I usually, I have notes, but then I did my video last night. We're going to be taking Siren stories in a way where I am going to be introducing a formula where I am going to take behavior and I am going to then detail how that behavior then you can expect it to affect the most normally, typically, neurotypically healthy, emotionally intelligent, not even, you don't even have to be, but just like the generalized average emotional response, what it does. So we're going to take a behavior of something, we're going to take the emotional response that you can expect as somebody who's encountering it, and then we're going to take a reactive phase, and I'm going to break them down so that I can literally explain and share, because I have spent 7 months right now talking to people about why I behave the way I do, ironically. And it took them months to convince me that I was dealing with a narcissistic abuse situation. I did not want to accept it. There's no way that this person I cared so deeply for could possibly even... So I stood on the fence forever and was like, no way, no way, no way. And the good thing about getting help is that they're very good at proving themselves when it comes down to something like this. This is a science. So they literally will tell you, well, here's how somebody will react if you enforce this boundary, if you act this way, if you do this thing. And here's why they've done it to you and why you're acting this way and doing this thing. But it has been brought to my attention, and I will give this is just the thing. Very great suggestion. Let's just go on the cusp of this has done some damage to me and I am wrong. And I feel, hold on guys, I want to pull a very specific thing here. I have been advised that I should really talk to someone about why I'm exaggerating events and things in a dishonest nature. Well, if I'm doing that, I think that's a great idea. If that's what I am doing, then here's what we're going to do, chat. I have 10 months of various words and then a diary full of behaviors, not to mention I didn't do anything alone. The two that you see sitting here had to listen to me for 16 to 24 hours at times, I think, guys, right? In Discord, go over, my God. Literally over and over again, wondering, how fucked up am I? Well, outside of that, another thing I will tell you is nobody can make you feel less confident unless there is something you are not confident about. And I talk about this a lot in my streams. And here's the thing. If you are lacking confidence or you have insecurities where people can get to you, well, that's an internal thing. So what I've spent 7 months doing is looking at all the different ways that I might judge myself with lots of help. What I've done is I've looked at the ways that I felt like I was being crazy, I found answers why. And not just one source because somebody theorized that has absolutely no knowledge. Multiple resources. I've spent months and talking to people about exactly why I behave the way I do. So I already have the answer. So what it made me realize is what a great idea it would be to turn around and put them into a scientific format where I take the behavior, my reaction, and explain to people why I did that. So if they are doing it too, they'll understand and they too will gain a sense of emotional control where certain behaviors and actions can no longer touch them. Do I care? No, I do not. Because I wouldn't care unless somebody is willing to actually own their shit, hold themselves accountable, want to improve. So no, I don't care anymore. But what I do think is amazing about this suggestion is that it will allow me, because I was raised by a narcissistic father who made me question the gaslighting, all the things, the gaslighting, the blame shifting. I mean, I was literally blamed for being born at one point. My mother's death, my mom was blamed for dying and saddling him. I've been called crazy my whole fucking life. And I am not somebody who is uneducated. I am not somebody who is intellectually stunted. I am not somebody who cares how the world perceives her. Okay, I'm an exaggerating, lying, dishonest whore. Okay then, let me be then. And let them think what they're going to think. It is not going to change a thing. Except for maybe the greatness that I will alchemize it into. Because I'm fucking magic. So I'm going to take this wonderful suggestion I have received, chat, and we're going to do it. And I'm going to consult with professionals. And I'm going to take every piece of evidence that I have had, because aside from from always wanting to protect my ass, because I've been called a liar my whole life, so I hang on to everything. Coupled with the documentation and things that my father taught me, I have a really great amount of evidence that would help scientifically. So I'm going to get professionals to look at it with me. I want to make sure that let's just say maybe it is me. So I'm going to get all this together and I'm going to talk to somebody that has a degree, possibly a PhD, probably knowing me. We're going to because I don't like to go to just one source. I like a good average board. So I'm going to make sure I get a good panel of people that I can talk to. All right? About my behavior. And I'm going to bring them all the evidence. And then I'm going to take what I can and what I learn and what the professionals teach me and what I learn, because I'm going to get some insight I bet you I haven't even figured out, because I would never be so presumptuous to think I can 100% understand everything all on my own accord, especially when dealing with people's emotions and psychology. So I'm going to make sure that I have a few people look it over. And then I'm going to give the report to my viewers. Hey guys, here's this behavior. Here's the batshit crazy psycho shit I did. All right. Here's what the psychologists say for me, why. And I will be 100% transparent and authentic. Because if they look right at me and are like, you are a problem, I'm going to come back and tell you how I was a problem. But then I will also bring a plan on how I plan to fix it. Because I genuinely and authentically don't want to be that person. And nobody can make us feel less confident if we believe in ourselves and if we believe in our convictions. And now, I do. And I don't question myself anymore, because I did the work for 7 months. I did ask the people why I was behaving the way I was. I went to a freaking psych ward. I had a team there of at least 7. And boy, they helped me the most. The only thing is I didn't listen well enough when I got out. So that's my bad. I'm listening now. They've got my attention. And I think the only way that I will be okay moving forward and dealing with all of my trauma is showing people how to actually make a stand and understand things. Have the strength, have the confidence to be who they need to be, respectfully, and in an emotionally intellectual and mature manner. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to save the world or anything, but at least the people this time will be seeking the help and they will find my information. I'm not going to try to help anybody that doesn't want to be helped ever again. So, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be working on literal theses right now. I don't know how often we'll be going live. We'll go live when I need to go live if I got something to say. But I think, chat, that the trauma dumping is over. I think the crying 2 days before concerts is done. I think that I am going to fight my ass off to take back my power. And then I'm going to tell you all how I fucking did it because you all deserve to be happy as well. I'm going to regain my sense of self. I'm going to I have had to learn how to love myself, and that's still a work in progress. Because the only way that people can truly get to you and bother you, and the only way that you truly will fall susceptible to the sob stories of the world and the excuses people will offer you, is if they can play on a level where they think they can always get to your heart. And that shit is the most important thing in the world. Everybody deserves to know how to protect it if they're going to encounter somebody like this. And in the other side of this, there are so many of us that grow up around behaviors and have experiences where we have learned bad habits and we don't even realize that they are bad habits. But we really want to be different. We really want to have a different existence. People like me who know that, okay? We go looking for the answers. We go looking to educate ourselves. And the best thing that we can find is somebody that actually gets it. Because so often, especially dealing in things of an emotional nature, that's not the case. Everybody's experience is their own experience, and even when they're similar, the feelings and the way that people react aren't always the same. So, in the end, though, you go looking for some sort of answer you can relate to. So, will I relate to every single person who has done this? Maybe not. Maybe I will. Who knows? I'll let you know. This is all a work in progress. I'm learning as I go. But my journey is going to be shared with the world. And it doesn't matter. Because the answer is no, I don't care anymore. People involved in my life have had plenty of opportunity to not only healthily communicate things, okay? Or learn more about themselves, or behave in different manners. You know what? Some of them have done it. But I know where my heart is, and I know what I'm doing. And nothing is going to change my mind. Nothing is going to convince me. Let them think whatever they want to think. Let them accuse me of whatever they want to accuse me of. Let them think I'm dishonest. Let them think I'm crazy. Let them think I'm just talking shit. Let them think that I just am attacking. Wow, sadness. That's what that is. That's sadness. Because I'm going to put together the paper and the production. And I'm going to be creating a very specific video about how I have conducted myself and what I decided to do in order to make sure that I was trying to understand everything the best of my ability, despite knowing I don't have all the information, knowing that. And I am no fucking idiot. I am one of the most highly intellectual people, and it's proven. And I am not trying to say, I'm just always right. Smart people don't think they're always right. Smart people know that they can always have room for change and growth. Smart people educate themselves. They don't sit and guess and think that they can just know their own self, because being self-reflective, sometimes you have to be smacked in the face. But how would they react to that is different. But I am no longer going to be a slave to my emotion. There will be no puppy dog syndromes. Because in the end of the day, I know what I have just experienced, and I know that I can share this experience, that I am capable of being authentic. Oh my God, I can't even. Authentic? I am capable of. I am capable of holding myself accountable. I am capable of being fair. And you know why? because I am no longer emotionally invested. And once you remove your emotions, you no longer have an emotional infliction. People who are trying to attack you can't touch you. And that is what I'm going to share with my viewers. How do you get yourself there but still have all the love and fun for other people without just shutting down? How do you get to a point where you can shut yourself off emotionally so that people who want to appeal to that side of you no longer can whatsoever? You don't have to become a sociopath for that to be a thing, chat. It can be selective, but you have to learn about yourself. And that is what my podcast is going to be about. My podcast is going to be talking about how you can be a better you. But also, unfortunately, I'm going to have to now, because it's been brought to my attention that I am just an over-exaggerator and speaker of mistruth. But here's the thing. I don't have to validate myself, and I don't have to explain myself, and I don't have to prove myself. But what it made me realize is I can use it as an example so you can understand what I learned. And now I have a way to share it. So I really want to thank that viewer, because it is going to absolutely springboard how I can approach and the things that I can give people who have been through the kind of shit that I've been through, thanks to this viewer, is going to be absolutely invaluable. They will appreciate it so much, because seeing is believing, and we don't have to go based on just my word. That's the beauty of it. So thank you so much for your suggestion. Anyways, IG, I had so much fun playing Fortnite with you yesterday. I got to hang out with my family this weekend, you guys. Friggin' my birthday was so fucking awesome. I mean, and on this trajectory and this new growth, we're taking, an Andrew's bar might become Andrew's corner. I don't know. Imagine right now. It just doesn't even age well, bro. It doesn't even age well. That is crazy. Unfortunately, we just did an episode of Aimless. You want to talk about it, IG? We're here at the bar. Let's just have a talk.
I don't want to talk about it.
I know, but it's healthy to let it out.
I was recording an episode of Aimless. It was going great. It was even better than our first episode, which I already think is pretty good.
Oh my God, pause that. You called me. You said something about me being perfect in the beginning. Damn it. There went the proof. Now what am I going to do? Nobody's ever going to believe me. Sorry, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Are we talking about you, or you?
No, I just don't
invite me to speak, and then you just shut me down and talk about how you lost your stuff. So, you know what? It's all right. It's all right.
It's not all right. It's not all right.
I get it.
No, it's not all right. You're absolutely correct. I did exactly that. And this is something that has been brought to my attention recently too, because I just do have a hard time shutting my mouth. And I agree. But let's face it, you said I was perfect, and now it was recorded, and it's not. Because so I have a reason to be upset in this, but that shouldn't take away from this. So what I'm going to do, if I have to, is just mute myself. And you can go ahead and talk about Aimless and what we were discussing and how it's made you feel.
I mean, there's not much to say, but we were doing an episode and it was pretty good. And then I looked over at my OBS screen and the Discord track was muted for some reason. Oh, don't know why. There's honestly no reason it should have been muted, because I didn't click the mute button. My stream deck that controls the stream isn't even turned on, so there's no way I could have hit a button on the stream deck to have muted it. No idea why I got muted, but it got muted, and so we lost 10 minutes of the podcast that was going pretty well. So yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
and it made me angry.
What I heard, man.
Yeah, Power King got exclusive access, I just realized.
Yeah, he had exclusive access, and even said after this guy who literally he sleeps in Discord sometimes. If we're working all-nighters and whatever, he'll fall asleep in Discord, and it'll be like 6 hours. I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden he'll be like, "Oh, what's up?" Because he wakes up, because literally, we spend that much time together. So if he's interested, it just means it was that good, chat. That good. Chat, I got a fucking hilarious story that I gotta fucking tell you. So, and I don't know, I said this in IG stream, but I don't even know if Power Kane heard this. Did I tell you what happened to me when I went to the gas station yesterday when I didn't want to go anywhere because I was too...
Oh, God.
Listen, it's been days since I decided to go what is called no contact and decide I'm going to put my foot down and be done. it has been everything that all the textbooks tell me it's going to be. So, I don't share all that information yet because why am I going to give somebody a guidebook on how to play? Go educate yourself. It's on the internet. I mean, I'm already anticipating that. I'm kind of disappointed it hasn't happened. But here's the deal. So I'm dealing with this. I have been handling my emotional regulation. I've been handling my emotional control. It's not touching me. Okay? Like overall, right? And then, but was it my birthday? No, was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? It was just yesterday. So it's the day after my birthday. And my birthday, we'll do a podcast on all of me working that out later. I am not going to fly off on any sort of handle about just emotional things about my birthday. So what we're going to talk about, though, what I was going to say is, so I'm just depleted. The point of this is, I have been emotionally just fucking exhausted, okay? And I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want. To the point where we were only going to go to Dollar General. But then Dollar General, like, we're saving money. I'm on a budget, you know? Like, I'm restarting my life. Like, I can't just be like, oh, just buy the $3 soda. I have to be like, no, we need the one that's, 85 cents to $1.25. Like, we need the savings, you know? So I'm like, I don't want to even go in. I need to go in for my own accord. Fine. But Logan wants some caffeine, and I'm like, not blaming him, but I'm like, I don't even want to drive. I'm ready to spend the $3, but then I'm like, nah. Because, you never know. Like, you gotta do what you can when you can. So I'll drive down to the fucking Stripes, but I'm not going in, I know. So, down to the Stripes. There's a multitude of parking places right in front of the Stripes. Then there's about 5 of them that are off to the side, and then you got, like, 2 gas pumps. That's very small Stripes, right? So I turn around, and I'm not even willing. There's 3 open parking spots in front of the door, but I am not pulling up there. That is too close to people for me. I have boundaries right now. It is just Daisy and I chilling. All right, son, whatever. Sitting in the Jeep, guy comes out of the gas station, and he starts standing there, and I can see him looking at me, and he's trying to talk to me. Now, keep in mind, I'm pretty much deaf, okay? And I don't actually read lips. Like, you got to get closer to me. I might not know what you actually say. It would also help if, like, he wasn't very clearly hinged.
Trust me, he gets unhinged chat.
So he's like hollering kind of at the door at me, and I'm just like, hi, whatever. He comes over, and he's like, is this the TJ? And then I'm like, oh, thank God it's the Jeep. Okay, it's the Jeep. Let's talk the Jeep. I love to talk the Jeep. Casey's my baby. No, this isn't a TJ. I said, I believe they stopped making the TJ sometime around 2000. And I said, in that form, I said, this is a very rare one that came out in 2002. It's actually known as the Wrangler Sport. As far as I know, I've only seen them in yellow. She's hard to find parts for because there was a small point where they were kind of testing things, and she falls right into it. She's actually a rarity, and I'm talking about it. And he's like, yeah, I had a 97 TJ, and whatever. He proceeds then at that point to, like, basically just, like, tell me how he's, like, his son is, he's cleaning, they're all getting all the boats, gassed up, and tells me, and, like, walks me through where he lives and tells me highway numbers, house places, and whatever. And then turns around and says me, God. He's like, you just look like, he told me, for some reason, I've had 2 people now tell me that I have beautiful eyes. I think it's because my soul is actually coming back to him, And keep in mind that I am literally up there, like, in my swim gear. I haven't brushed my hair. Like, no makeup. Like, I am not wanting to do life, and so won't be. I'm chilling, okay? And this guy is, like, telling me, so he says something about my eyes and whatever, and he's like, I'd give you my number, but, I wouldn't want to offend you. And then how did he word it? He goes, and he goes, I wouldn't want to offend you, and I'm not so sure my wife would like it. And I'm like, get me the fuck
I'd like to leave. I'd like to leave. He says, get back to the car. I need to leave.
Dude, it was literally like that. Like, I'm like scanning around. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, and then I'm like,
drive off without him.
Dude, the thought, you don't even want to joke. The thought was on my fucking mind. Like, I was like ready. I mean, if he didn't run, I was like, and he was taking forever. So the guy goes, well, all right, Andromeda, because anybody asks me my name, I mean, I legally have a right to operate under this name, and I'm not giving people, like, my birth name by any accord, right? And I have a legal, so when people around here want to know my name, and they're like, what's your name? Because of these things, I'm like, yep, Andromeda, Like, it's hard for them to remember, spell, and good luck, you know, and I don't give the last portion of it or whatever. He's like, Andromeda, wow, that I'll remember that. I'm going to remember that. Andromeda. Okay. And then he's like, well, you look like you're really having a good time, so I just wanted to come over and you know, say hi. And I'm like, all right, have a great rest of the day. I don't even know. Bye. Turns out I'm literally surrounded by like his kids and his family and everything. Like the two trucks behind me are filling his boats.
Not the wife, huh?
No, probably not.
Not the wife, huh? How convenient.
Oh my God. But I'm just like, why do I attract this shit in my life? Like, and here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing about me. Like, I always talk about, like I have a big head and I think I'm beautiful and everything like that. I mean, my favorite are the little girls, especially when I did my hair in red and blue. I remember they just stare at me and they're like, you're so pretty. You know, and I just love to look at them and I'm like, and so are you, because, you know, girl power shit, you know, and whatever.
Andromeda was lying.
But like,
there can only be one.
But I turn around and like people have told me I look very beautiful naturally. I mean, now looking back, I guess a lot of that I heard was probably based on falsities and lies. But either way, like people have always told me that I'm just like I have gorgeous eyes. I'm naturally gorgeous. I've had comments about my legs. I've been told I'm, you know, beautiful most of my life, okay? And so I've always had a high confidence in it. But I do also like feel like there's a difference between one ink splatter on a canvas and a whole entire thing that's been done into art, and I am artistic. So we are talking like I literally have paintbrushes for my face, actually, chat. I don't apply my eyeshadow with an eyeshadow thing. I apply my eyeshadow with various types of brushes depending on the look that I'm going for, because it'll match my outfit, my earrings, and my freaking, I am this person. I like that. I love to be a piece of art. But some days I don't feel like it, and I don't need to be that in order to go out. I'm not worried about people thinking I'm ugly, but it's always surprising to me when somebody comes up and makes a comment to me or tries to hit on me or tries to say something or whistles at me, you know, when these things haven't been done, because I'm like, you're fucking like lowballing it so much. If you think this is good, like, we don't even understand the taste level that of what I bring it to.
Attack someone and like just run up on them and be like, no, with none of that. And they're gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry I offended you. I'm like, oh, and she's gonna be like, I'm not at standards. Don't compliment me.
Yes.
I'm not there yet.
They're my standards, though. Okay, they're my standards. They get to be that. But I just, it always surprises me because I'm like, you have set your expectations so low for what this can actually accomplish. Are you kidding me? Like everybody else, just like. It's like being underestimated in my areas of psychology. Go ahead and underestimate my intellect. Go ahead and underestimate. Let them do all of those things. But it always floors me when I am like, because I can look rough, bro. Let's be real. Like, I mean, I've got proof of this. If you want to see, I'll tell you what. Well, when I'm ready, not right now. I'm not ready yet. But I will turn around and put. No, the amazing fact is I took a lot of pictures in this last year where I'm not wearing makeup, any at all. And that could be a whole fucking level of discussion. But we'll see. I bet everybody will tell me that they think that, I bet you there's a lot of people out there that will actually tell me that they think that my natural form is actually more beautiful. Because it's probably not hidden in my litter and my makeup and distracting. And actually,
you know why people get more colors without makeup? It's because they can see you, actually. They can actually see you. Not your soul, no. When you put on makeup, it's just the sun hits you the correct way. You're blinding people. You're a road hazard. It should be
Oh my
illegal.
God, clip that shit, Logan. I'm going to get pulled over one day for setting off.
They're going to be like, Miss, I need you to remove some of that dangerous material. The reflective beams just caused the 9-car pileup.
Did you hear what Logan said? That at the concert, if I would have spun around, I'd be an actual disco ball because I had put on actual mirrored. I put on mirror. Yeah, I put on mirror caliber body glitter. Okay. And I wasn't even wearing one of my low-cut tank tops. But he was like, you literally spun in a circle, and the lights in the concert would have reflected off you.
Someone would have just grabbed you and like just drug you away, and you'd be like, no, please don't kidnap me. And then they would have just hung you up on the ceiling, been all like, Greg, I found the disco ball. Greg, I found it. It was over here. It's over in the corner.
I can't help it.
I got it.
Look, I like shiny things, so I shine and my Jeep glows. It's what we do. I'm not going to apologize.
The nook tie. It's kind of weird how they start shaping these like humans, but whatever.
Oh my god. It's fucking. I've been this way my whole life. This is nothing new. Like, I just love this. I love to be a sparkly, shiny. Like, I'm a shiny Pokemon. All right, I am extremely rare. I am extremely rare, and you can hunt all your life. And then, here's what I'll tell you, too. Chat, get this? If you manage to catch me and you let me go, that is a womp womp, and the game is over. You're never gonna have it back. It'll never be a thing. It's gone, dude.
Yep, you're never gonna see it again. Or you could be me, who gets their shiny and then accidentally kills it. I don't want to talk.
Well, IG, I'm just proud that you feel bad if you did that. Even to a virtual being. There's people out there in the world that wouldn't care either way.
I don't feel bad if I kill a like normal thing. Fucking shinies are hard to get, bro.
Okay, this took a dark turn in a way that I didn't really want to go with it. Yeah, speaking of which, your brother's been doing terror raids. I was like, is that Scarlet and Violet I hear?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently there's an all
Scarlet
shiny.
And Violet has had a bit of resurgence with the Switch 2 coming out.
That's what it sounded like. That is what it sounded like.
People can play the game. They don't boot it up, and it's like they get sent to the back rooms immediately. So, people are enjoying playing the game for real now.
You know what I really enjoyed? And what I want to be able to do, but what I can't do right now? I want to see. Hold on. Logan's, I think, been trying. Have you been chatting? Oh, okay. Just checking. Okay. Because I was going to say nothing has popped up on the chat board. So I was a little concerned that something was broken because OBS just likes to mute people. But anyways, what I was going to say is I fucking had a ridiculous 11 and a half hours of Fortnite yesterday. Felt amazing. And even though I was working my shit out while I did it, I'm so excited to get back into it now because that's the beauty too, chat. When you start healing and you start putting in this work, even if they get a whiff of a crack in the door, you're so much quicker to be like, nope, shut that shit. Okay, did I nail the door shut last time? This time we're using screws. Get screwed.
This time, I'm going to plant some C4 in front of the door. They'll open it, and they'll blow up.
That's next. And I just, here's the other thing. It's not that I don't have emotions, okay? It's not that I'm not emotional, and it's not that I don't care. Oh, that was one that, oh, wow, that almost triggered me. But it's not that I don't care. It's that I care more about myself.
Not that I don't care.
Yeah, it's just now that I love and care for myself more. And so I will hold myself to my own standards, and I don't really care what anybody else thinks, but I do have to hold myself to my own standard. I do have to do that. So I can't go all hog wild in depth until I organize it in a way where I feel like I have done it justice. So all of these things that I'm quietly alluding to and almost seeming to fake book on my fucking stream right now, chat, trust me, when the whole thing comes together, these will all be a part of it, and I will explain everything. Think of me as M. Night Shyamalan. I'm about to fucking rock everybody's world. But anyways, playing Fortnite yesterday was so much fun, and I want to play some more really badly, but I can't do Fortnite on this computer, and I can't do work on that computer. So I'm sad because I have to finish doing what I have to do. I can't even like go, hey, you want to play a quick round of Fortnite? I can't even do that because it entails unplugging and restarting it. So what I do know I'm going to do for my mental fucking health is occasionally unplug. Quite literally, take this fucking super beast of a computer and go put it in the closet, plug in my old and trusty that never let me down, and fucking rock out some Fortnite. I'm so excited for Season 5. I can't wait.
I mean, you could get someone else that doesn't need to go in the closet.
IG, you're absolutely right. We could just give me my computer back, and I can just take the things, and yeah, but then you won't be able to play Fortnite, bro.
Oh, we'll reset it. And I will make sure that
you
I
think
don't
that's gonna
break
fix it? You really
Yeah.
are positive that's gonna fix it? All right, if you're sure.
Yeah.
If you're sure.
Resetting Windows and making sure that I don't update NVIDIA to the newest update and do what the people say, then it will fix it.
I mean,
But
when I was offered this computer, I made very specific educated choices because I'm a highly intellectual being, as I've already stated, and I did it for the basis that you would have it, and I could secure the things that you're trying to do in life because you deserve to be loved and supported. So that's the only reason I accepted it.
yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Also, I'm
Is
gonna
it
be
though?
honest.
It depends on which side of the fence you're sitting on right now. I'm either an ungrateful bitch or I'm extremely loving mother. Which one is it? Hey, Parkin, you want to weigh in? Parkin's
I'm just gonna say, I have I'm getting NASA computer, so I know which side I win. I win. That's just I win. That's just it. That's just it. I win. I think Parkin may be gone because I was watching his Discord stream and he's gone and it's not reacting. He's not doing anything, So I've been keeping up on both sides. I'm multitasking over here today, folks.
Did I tell you what I have decided? I am going to write 2 books before I do Siren stories now because they're going to be here, and I feel like this is a better focus time. First one is going to be my life in narcissistic. I have to put narcissistic traded text. I'm going to put it together, right? Like, I got to come up with the right name, but basically, because I can't say I'm not qualified to use that. I would hate to be defaming anyone or understanding or all those things that I'm so fucking good at because I'm not smart enough to know better. I'm thinking like my life with a narcissist in texts, and I'm thinking the other one that is going to take more priority though. I'm going to call Love Thyself, and I want to write a book about how to forgive yourself, how to become more confident, to love yourself enough that no matter what anybody thinks or says about you anymore, and take back your power and control, because we look to other people for that validation and just in that way. And the truth is, man, eating yourself is so much better. And guess what? You don't even have to.
I know.
You don't even have to share.
I don't have to share. I can have my Frito Crunch Wrap Supreme all to myself.
Yeah, the real sad thing is I used to be such a team player, and what this taught me is I think I just want to play for my own team. You know? Like,
yeah.
Like I
Fuck
wouldn't even...
you, Canada. Specifically Montreal.
What?
Specifically Montreal.
Why? I'm lost.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, because Montreal just can suck an egg.
Why?
Because Tampa Bay is 10 times better.
Oh, we're on hockey.
You said teams, and I'm just saying, I'm playing for the right team.
Oh, okay.
The winning team.
Oh, are you?
I'm playing with the winning team.
Are you insinuating that you think I'm a winning team?
Right. That is the yes. That is the insinuation. Now I have to look to see how many fucking cups Montreal has won.
Because now you want to check yourself.
Seem like an idiot now. Yeah, I might be.
Okay. Well,
they
let's
won
wait.
the Stanley
Hold on,
Cup
chat.
24 times.
Okay, hold on, chat. Watch this shit. We're gonna watch this shit. This is how healthy shit happens. I'm excited. So is that more or less than Tampa Bay?
Like 20 more times
than Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Are you on the winning team then? I just took a real dive in your...
I might not be.
I
might not be.
Okay. Now, what did we learn? Tell me what we learned right now, because you chat.
We learned to make a formal apology to Montreal. I'm sorry. I didn't mean the words I stated before. I was wrong. I lost this one.
And hey, for the Coldplay concert, that's how a real apology is done.
Montreal, I will suck an egg in your honor. I'm sorry.
Wait, because I didn't hear you blame Montreal or anything else. You just owned your shit. Is that how it's done in life?
Yes, I would assume so.
And who taught you that? That was beautiful. Whoever taught you that must be an artist.
Bezos.
Fuck.
I
didn't mean it like that. Wait, there's a comma in there. There's a comma. Jeebus Crust. Oh my gosh, I can't even. But
I did not expect to look up Montreal winning fucking 24 Stanley Cups. I was like, I was like, damn.
You kind of BK'd me there right now. You know that? And I trusted you. Watch yourself. but this is why I trusted you, because you immediately went on the real. I was just kind of fucking throwing some shade, and now I want to know. Now I want to know the real truth. And you were just talking shit because you love your sports team, and that's okay too, I guess. At least you're respectful and you apologized. And now you need to just go tell Tampa they better fucking get up there so that you can have
Well, in other statistics, I mean, they may have won 24 times, but to be fair, they've been in the league longer. So, 24 times. They've won the Stanley Cup, a record of 24 times since 1915, and they have not yet won a Stanley Cup since Tampa Bay was founded, which was Tampa Bay was founded in 1992.
Time out. This is really great facts. But now what you would have to do in order to make this even a plausible argument, you know what you would have to do, right? You're going to have to crunch your numbers. You would have to find out, statistically speaking, the averages between the teams. For all the times that they've made it and all the games that they've played and how many times that they've been successful as Montreal, is their percentage higher or lower of that than during the time and duration times the...
Oh, well, it would be definitely higher. Montreal would still have a higher number. I mean, 24 Stanley Cups winners is fucking unbelievable, but I'm going to assume the reason they have so many is because they were playing against two other teams. They had a beer league when they started the NHL at that point. Like, what the fuck was that?
Careful, you're walking that line where you start to justify an excuse.
Like, I'm just saying 1913. I'm just saying that's factual. All I'm also going to say too is since Tampa Bay came into the league and was founded, Montreal hasn't won a game since. They haven't won a Stanley Cup since. So I'm just saying, maybe they're not as good as they used to be.
It doesn't matter.
They won 24 times.
You know what?
From 1992 to 1915. They haven't won ever since 1992.
Hey, you want my stats? Because we were really talking about you thinking you're on the winning team when it comes to me. You want to know what?
Yeah.
I might have some rough years, but I haven't lost yet.
Well, you're a winner. You're a winner. I'm a loser, though, because I definitely got. Damn, Montreal is going to be drinking some clearly American tonight. Oh, God.
Chad, if you don't know, we were in Minnesota, and I love clearly Canadian water. It's the best. They finally brought it all the way down here so I can get it here too, but it's a rarity. And Minnesota is like all over the place. So when we went back there, I was so excited to be able to have it. And it is an expensive seltzer water drink. It's just water. It's carbonated water, but it is the best tasting carbonated water you could ever have. It is natural spring, like it's so fucking delicious, okay? And so, anyways, Tampa plays Montreal, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, they played Montreal.
And I usually don't share my clearly Canadian water drink, okay? But they played Canada and Tampa won and that night and whatever. And so I gave IG a clearly Canadian because he was so adrenaline rushed because he gets so into these games that he was like, you know, your throat, your mouth gets all dry. So I was like, here, have this water. And his stomach was upset. I was like, have this water. Because they literally are, that's exactly what they're for. So he goes and he drinks it. Yeah, I'm drinking me some Canadian tears now because it's called clearly Canadian. So that's where the whole joke came from. It's not as funny when we have to explain things, but it was a thing.
Yeah, but now everybody knows that.
Yeah, just to be clear, because we probably want to explain it. You want to know what my whole life in Narcissist has taught me too, though, and this is something I'm very careful about. Maybe this is why I put such a strong, when I'm emotionally regulated, I can put such a strong precaution behind using my words. I'm very good at explaining myself to people who aren't, you know, that are actually committed to understanding me. Those who are committed to misunderstanding me. Well, yeah. But I'm very good at understanding the English language, reading and writing. I'm, you know, I mean, I've done it. So.
Well.
I wish Power Kane hung on more. If we were talking about games. He killed.
Power Kane, I think.
I always try to say this.
Power Kane's here.
Did he kill?
Killed Partisan and I died, bro.
I was just
he's a little. I watched it happen.
I was about to say tequila. I try to.
No.
We don't talk about that
Power
anymore.
Kane has not killed Dagilla. Because Power Kane can't kill Dagilla.
He doesn't need to. See, that's how we do confidence, chat. See that? I don't need this shit. You tell him, Power Cane. Do you really not?
Not a quest. I don't need.
Not anymore.
I have a new quest. I have a new quest. I love my new quest.
Did you also see that I killed the guy that killed me?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if you've been keeping up because I didn't want to interrupt Andromeda's podcast with Tarkov talk, so I've been messaging my reactions to the shit that you've been doing. So
that's fucking epic. I love that we're friends like this. First of all, I love the respect that I hate Tarkov. Second of all, though, you guys are my life, man. I mean, we're here. We're supposed to be chilling.
I'm not an asshole.
The podcast is going to start going in a new way anyway, but what's wrong with having a little bit of fun and enjoying ourselves and demonstrating that our life doesn't have to be centered around the shit that I fucking have to psychologically deal with? How about that?
Did you guys I'm pretty sure my table bang came through the microphone.
Yeah, it did very slightly. It didn't sound like a table bang, but because I was watching him when he died, and I heard the thunk of the table smack, and then he went quiet.
You know what we miss? No, what do we really miss, IG? Let's be real, and it's so stupid. I totally miss it though.
Power Cane's aim. Oh yeah, dude. Man.
Oh my God.
Got a better microphone.
His chair that he had, whenever he would do that deep, exasperated sigh, and you could just hear him leaning back in the chair.
What the fuck about that? What about that aim, huh? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here,
Those guys weren't moving.
You know, I told somebody once that nothing makes you like better and more focused than being pissed off. I think sometimes Power Cane's just too chill. He needs to get a little bit more mad.
That's untrue. That might be untrue. Power Cane
like I was
No.
Dude, Power Cane is the number one tilter. I'm going to be honest with you. That is untrue facts.
I'm going to tell you right now that I was just exaggerating positivity, because if I'm going to exaggerate something and misconstrue it, it'll be on that basis and not any other.
Yeah. I'm glad you came clean on that one, because I'm gonna be dead honest with you right now.
I made him a raid. I took road rage.
He's not a rager. He's such a tilter, bro. Like, there's a difference between having rage and tilting.
Logan, can you take care of that?
Tilter.
Okay. I feel you. I hear what you're saying. All right. So tilter, and okay. So Here's my question to you, IG. I know it's not your podcast, it's my podcast, and people don't really care about video games. But describe the difference between crashing out, being tilted, and raging.
Okay, crashing out is normally done after an enraging moment. Like something. It's like crashing out would be like broke the camel's back. Like you've lost it. You've lost control.
Hey, I know somebody. You've lost control. I know somebody who's crashing out right now. Okay, go ahead.
Lol. But no, crashing out is like, it's the straw that breaks the camera's back. It pisses you off. You're yelling, you're screaming. You know, it's more of a reaction rather than something happening in the moment.
So that's a rage? No.
Yeah, that would be like a rage. Yeah, that would be like a rage. Yeah, okay. I'd say they're the same thing. Okay. Tilting though is where you're in the moment and you start raging, and because you are in the moment and you're raging, that is what gets you killed. That's tilting right there. That's the difference. The difference between crashing out and tilting is one is going to end up in your death because you're doing it.
So I stand corrected. Thank you for teaching me. I don't know somebody that's crashing out. I know somebody who's clearly tilted.
Very true.
Canadian.
Clearly Canadian.
Oh my God, I love you guys.
So Chad, I had to turn that into a meme.
I had such a great birthday, actually, and not because it was full of goodness and happiness, and it was such the best, and it was full of a lot of tears, if I'm going to be real. Good ones. Because sometimes clearly Canadian. Because sometimes, you know what? I wanted my birthday to be a rebirthday and a reassertment of who I am, my confidence, my everything, because I am so fucking amazing. Imagine anybody that doesn't think that, and imagine anybody else that thinks they can make me think differently. That is some shit I can't even believe. Like, wow. Too bad the only form of me that's been studied has always been broken, because there was that 7 years when I got my shit together, and I finally feel like I've reached that point where I'm back to where I was before the shit hit the fan, and now you know what that means. Going forward, I can only get better, and I am going to be real with you, Chad. I didn't think I could. I really didn't think I could. And it is amazing what the people I talk to help me understand my behaviors have actually made me realize that I am an incredible, like, I have a thought process and a way of working things out that is on another level, which is why would I sit on that shit and not help the rest of the world? This has been the hardest thing I've ever figured out. If people think I'm so highly intelligent and can figure things out on such an epic level, why would I not give other people the tools to have control of their life and feel as good as me? That's all I want for the whole world anyway. Like, be this happy, chat. Like, I've spent 5 days in what's supposed to be the emotional pit of hell. I cried. I was upset. It's not that my feelings aren't hurt. It's not that I don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's just I care too damn much about myself now to fucking stay there, bruh. And I don't have to care about anybody else. Fuck off. And I want everybody to be able to say that. Doesn't matter who it is. If somebody's in your fucking space and they're making your space more negative than positive, give them a fucking boot up their ass. Walking papers. Goodbye. Eviction. Because in the end of the day, your life is too fucking short to just sit around and let people affect you like that. Go ahead and peel to my puppy dog side. You know what? Sarah McLachlan definitely inspired me to actually get dogs from shelters.
Sarah McLachlan. All right. Okay. Sarah McLachlan. Show you those 4 stock images of the puppies with the slow crossfade. Slow crossfade.
I can't right
It'll
now.
make you feel for them.
Guys, just to be clear, I am not laughing at those dogs. I literally do. I refuse to get. I have now 2, both questionable, because I can't even justify the money on it. Purebred dogs. One of them was prescribed for my youngest, literally by the vet and the doctor having a meeting to decide what kind of emotional support animal would be best. It never would have been one I purchased. Never would have been one I chose. I'm a big dog kind of girl, not a little dog kind of girl. I love my little crypto, except for they age badly and there's so much work and they're so God. Okay? I like slightly independent animals. I think I take care of enough. And the husky. So here's my fucking feelings on that shit. I used to only get and save from shelters because there are so many animals that need help in the world. That would be the only way. If I was going to have a pet, I was going to go get it from a shelter. And with the exception of one who had to be rehomed, all of them have lived their life fully, being spoiled, loved, and it did not matter whether or not they were a purebred or not, but they didn't live their life in a shelter. That is how I live my life, with the exception of 2 animals, because of very specific fucking requests. And let me tell you, those 2 motherfucking ones that are purebreds, holy shit, are they the most work in the world. Like, Hottie stresses me out. Okay, like, seriously, the dog is like a different beast. He's a husky. You got exactly what you knew you were gonna get. You just didn't give me all the information before I agreed to it, and it wouldn't have mattered anyway because I was so insecure at the time and struggling in my trauma brain and felt like I was such a bad mom. You were gonna get whatever you wanted. We both know that, so I can't even be mad. I could blame you. I guess I could blame shift and turn around
it. Fun fact about huskies. I found out a new fact about them today that I didn't know prior, which is rare for me. Apparently huskies have this thing where they don't like to listen to people. Who would have guessed? But wait, it gets more interesting. Huskies are dogs who listen to your action. So,
shut the fuck up.
Yep. So if I say, Hottie, want to go for a walk? The likelihood of him reacting is very slow, but if I get up and throw on my jacket, like if I were going to go outside, all of a sudden he's running to his freaking harness and he's like, you better put that shit on me. We're going out outside for a walk.
The moral of the story, chat, is huskies are the ultimate breed, because that is what we all need to do as animals. Do not listen to words. Don't buy that shit. Watch the actions, and that makes so much fucking sense. And now I am 110% convinced. Sunny had husky in her.
She had to have.
She's
such a good dog.
She was amazing. And Hottie is amazing too. He's just a little bit of a whiner, but see, Sunny was a female. females are always tougher. Don't fuck with a
Okay,
bitch.
all right. Don't hurt Hottie's feelings. He's
can't help
already
it.
insecure enough.
I love him.
That he's a
But-
male?
Yeah.
Wow. You know
Guys,
what?
chat, you want to hear a funny story? All right? Like, I am not making light of this. This is a serious topic at me. So, and I know not everybody will agree with me, but here is the deal. This is speaking in regards to simply our cat. Right before we moved away from where we were at, I've taken in my nephew. He's basically been abandoned, okay, by his mom just moved herself and his siblings, okay, out to a different state, okay? And he has decided he's going to stay with us because apparently, despite all the ways that I am such a lying, manipulative whore, some people seem to like me. So, anyways, he was like, yeah, despite only knowing me a little while, he was like, I want to come live with you, Auntie. And I was like, all right. But the thing is that he had lost basically everything and he was handling it like a champ. And I'm so proud of him. He is such an amazing human being because some people are just built different and he's one of them. But the thing is that he needed something that wasn't, because like no matter how you cut it, he walked into our family. We love him. I don't doubt that he feels extremely loved. Okay. But he's missing his own pack in a way. And I think, and that's why IG has a dog. LP has a dog.
Woof.
I have LP's rejected dog.
Woof.
And whatnot. But because BK is like got to learn some things about his own self-responsibility and whatever. I was walking home right before we moved, and there was this kitten who was searching. She was looking. Well, okay. She was looking for like warmth. She smelled like dryer sheets and cat. She was really tiny, frail. So I pick her up. I bring her home. I say, listen, if there's a chance in hell that anybody, I was like, because BK had been praying for a dog. He's not ready for a dog. They're way too much responsibility. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But cat was a good fit. And here this cat, like, literally was just like I got up big enough away from my mama and I've survived this long, but I'm cold and I need a place. And we're about to be homeless, by the way, chat. This is during the time when we're about to go into I've lost everything. Things are blowing up in my life, but it's never stopped me before. So I pick up the fucking cat and I bring it. And I'm like, this looks like this is a BK thing. So we bring the cat in and we do what we need to do in order to try to figure out, whatever. Cat is absolutely attached. Like, this cat is amazing. Like, this cat cries at the door when BK goes out to go play basketball or something. It acts like it's great. It's insane how cool this cat is. She is amazing. And I keep being very careful because here's what's happened. So this happened when we left where we were at. It was November when so it must have been just like November, December when I found her, okay? Hottie. So I find this cat at this time and I pick it up and now here we are. And last month, well, actually, let's be fair because this is really interesting. 2 months ago, BK comes to me and is like, Auntie, I thought that female cats are supposed to do that thing where they scream at the walls, basically. And I was like, you mean go into heat? And I was like,
Bro, I like how
I was like,
bro, what? What is that? What is that explanation?
Because his other auntie.
Why is my cat not screaming at the wall?
Because his other auntie took in fucking strays, and then usually when they got like that, she probably kicked him out the door, but she never got them fixed, and they don't do that if they're fixed. Okay, so
no,
really
what I'm getting at here more is like this is just a female like mammal thing. It happens to all female mammals. Brandon's way of describing it is he doesn't understand that.
Well,
so
no,
it's
hold
just
on.
the cat once
Don't
a month.
let me. No. Well, no. He does though,
Like,
and that's
joking?
why. No. Listen. He does understand that. He knows. He understands it and he gets it. But that's why he was expecting it to happen. He's like, Auntie, when do they start doing that as females if they're not fixed? Kind of thing is how he brought it to me. And then I was like, well, Artemis, Like, Artemis is never, she's a real weirdo. She's not fixed, but she's never really done that. And then I told him, I was like, we never really taken her, like, we weren't able to find, she was obviously abandoned, like, whatever. So I'm like, but on the real, it kind of made me go, that's odd, because he's right, because usually about 6 months is the answer. And I said, Brandon, you'd have to look that up. And I think he already had, actually. And I'm like, but, because I think it's like 6 months is when they start displaying those habits, But I'm sitting here thinking, and I'm referencing Artemis, who literally has only had maybe 3 to 5 fucking heat cycles in her life that I know about, and they are not what I am used to. I had a female cat that her name was Echo, and she used to literally go running from the living room and go to jump at the window, which had a screen on the inside, and which was weird, right? But you slid the window and it moved on the outside, but the screen was actually technically inside, and she would stick like a Velcro to the window while she went like that, right? So they can get, and Nessa was fixed. Our cats. So usually I don't do unfixed female cats, and I knew that. So we've thought that this cat is a female, right? Until last month, chat. So her name is Snoop Catt. Okay. Yes, we thought she was female. I am legitimately, I'm like, well, we have a transgender cat, because here's the deal. We have called her a girl. We have treated her like that. I feel like at this point in time, that despite, and there's this divide in our family chat, like, they're like, but we're the ones that labeled her and we were wrong. So what if Snoop actually, like, is, and I think, look, this is going to sound stupid to so many people, but if you're really going to fucking think about how this is going down, like, my whole thing is I just want to respect the cat, right? And it sounds dumb, but it's not that fucking far off from the whole fucking world and how everything fucking works, okay? Like, I just love everything to be happy, but at the same time, I can't tell you how many times I say her, she, or, refer to her in a way where she's a girl, and now we know she's a boy, and I get so, like, I can't do it.
I just can't do it. I've given up.
Because the cat's going to have to make a choice, because I can't do it for it.
The cat is going to have to make a choice.
I'm like, and so the choice is going to be when Brandon moves out, he's taking the cat, so this isn't a stress I have anymore, okay?
The cat has made Andromeda worried about cancel culture. The cat is going to post her on Twitter.
I am more worried about the cat's feelings, and everybody can think I'm stupid. But it's like, I've been like, pretty girl. If I change it and I say him, am I being, like, I can't. I have, like, given this cat, like, even though we don't like each other, by the way, chat, we are not friends. I don't love on this cat. This cat will run from me. She is like, you fucking psycho bitch. Maybe she knows something that other people want to claim. I don't fucking know. But what I'm trying to say here is we're not friends, and I like it that way. To me, I'm not a cat person. I believe cats serve a purpose. This is the other irony. You want the catch-22 of it is? I might treat a goldfish more like a pet than I will a cat overall. Cat wants some love from me? Yeah, I'm going to appreciate you because you keep critters out of my house. You got a purpose to serve. I expect a hunter. What happened when Artemis, we found her online. Her name is Artemis. It literally means great huntress, and the cat can't jump. She doesn't land on her feet. It is not a fact that cats always do. Okay? She is a worthless cat. Now, have I thrown her out, given up on her, or given her a life of hell? Nah. But not my favorite fucking pet we have. She's what, like, we just figured out, like, 10 years old, and she's got issues because of how she was born, and I have loved her, and I've made sure she has food, but she is not my friend. Well, Snoop is a real hunter, and I love Snoop for that. So now I'm feeling more emotionally drawn to Snoop. All right? But here's the deal. Snoop is like, you crazy bitch, because I'm not a cat person, and Snoop knows it. So Snoop is like, I'm not falling for your fucking shit, So we have this mutual respect where every now and then, just like Nessa, but Nessa and I had real love. It was just we respected each other. But every now and then, Snoop will be like, I kind of want to be in your space, but we're going to pretend I'm not. But I cannot. Every single time I try to, like, reference the cat and I say him or I do that, I get so, like, I'm not going to stop and correct myself from saying her when she's been a her for 7 months. Actually, it's been, 7 months. When she's been a she for that long, I'm not going to try to reference her now. And then when I say she, have to stop myself and say he. And this is so not worth my time and my energy. This is the dumbest fucking conversation. But I am just saying, so I'm not making a joke, like, I just want to be clear, but, like, if you ever hear me refer to my cat as transgender, look, I feel like that's a respectful way for me to reference the cat right now. I mean, isn't this, like, that's all I want to be. Like, it doesn't matter what I believe, what I think other people should. That's not about about. I just respect living things, okay? That's all it's about. I respect living things in general. I've cut my 6 packs of soda tops for years while I was a fucking... my mom wasn't even dead when I started doing that because I found out that sea turtles can get that shit stuck around their neck, and I love living things. So it might have been the only thing, and I doubt I made a huge impact on the ocean or its fucking atmosphere, but I did what I could, and I cut the fucking thing so a sea turtle wasn't gonna choke on it, all right? Like, that's what it was. And now I'm just trying to have respect for the cat because I believe everybody, everything, God's creatures just deserve to live their best life. And I am not going... So how do we know now? How do we know? How do we know? I want to know. We may have already offended this cat into the position where, like... I don't know. I mean, it's pretty badass, so it's believable that it was female. All right? Hunting, like, not being annoying. There's so many things that, male species carry. No, just imagine being a man-hating bitch. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Oh no, I actually typically I really prefer male animals are a lot needier. Like our girls were fiercer and more independent. On the real, that's true with animals, but our family's kind of built where we can use all the love we can get. We got good boys here. Completely outnumbered.
Watching someone stream and correcting them in text messages, even though.
Well, some people can't help themselves. I'm kind of a cognac. We've talked about this before. And can you imagine not having access to the delectable nature of me? I can't. I'm so glad I get to spend the rest of my life with them. Some people can't handle that shit. They're going to have to learn how. I'd mail tissues, but right now I'm up to so many. I don't have. But anyways, chat. All right. So we've had a little bit of fun. Again, just to let you know, the way we're going to be moving these streams is they should be a little bit more targeted based on subject a lot of time. Very rarely am I going to come in here. I mean, we might come on and hang out like this. We like to do that too once in a while. But as far as the video content that I'm creating, it is going to be based in like a formula of here is because, blame shifting and gaslighting and, I'm sorry. I'm apparently a mischaracterizer. I want to make sure I don't mess up my words. So I'm going to learn how I may be guilty of these things. We're going to seek out some professional help. We're going to see what we can do in order to find the information. We're going to utilize resources. We're going to look at real life things that I have proof of because I wouldn't want you to have to take my word for it. What if there is truth and merit? What if I have blinders over my eyes? What if I am just a lying, deceitful whore? I mean, there's only one way for me to know if I am or not, and that is to be able to offer some cold, hard proof that what I'm saying has some sort of merit and value. And guess what, chat? I can fucking do that. And guess what that will do? That is going to help so many of you that are struggling with mental health in so many regards. This is applicable. This is a behavioral analyst, okay? Or analyzing. You look, it doesn't matter if somebody has, I used to hate this. My child has autism. Does that matter? No. What matters is what does that mean? What symptoms and struggles is he going to have? How do I best be my best parent to help him? I have to learn to understand his behaviors. So we'll look at different psychological facts. We'll look at the different possibilities. I actually have a DSM manual, okay? Just to be clear, guys, I am not qualified for professional levels. I have certifications minimally in the area of PTSD and trauma-informed care, but if you think I'm not going to go out and get some understanding things like narcissism because they will give me facts, I don't have to have a PhD as long as I have real science in order to explain what is going on. And there is no misconstruing things when it is truth and science. I gave up on science and I gave up on God in the last year. I said, fuck science, and I stopped praying. Guess what's over? That. So, if I'm going to go through all this work, because I don't need to be validated and I don't need to prove myself, so if it was just for me, I'd shut the fuck up and just be done with it. But what it made me realize is, It's not about proof and validation. It's about providing resources to a community who wants to help themselves. And I've spent way too much time trying to help people just because I love them. I would rather help people because they want to help themselves. That's the only way that anything I do can truly be good and can truly have a impact. And all I've ever wanted to do, my psychiatrist was right. I have a God complex. I believe I can inspire the world to survive shit. So why the fuck am I not doing exactly that? Which is what we're going to start doing. Starting, honestly, I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I don't want to make commitments. You guys are going to have to stay. Now we're talking about writing science papers when we were just talking about trauma dumping before. I can trauma dump and cry on stream all I want. But if I really want to bring forth some evidence, well, I got to do some papers. So I can't tell you how often we're going to be streaming. But I'll stream when I fucking need to. If I want to talk to you guys, I'll be here. The video will go up on YouTube. I got something to say, I'm going to share it. But there will be a new formula for planned podcasts that I think everybody will find both beneficial. I mean, well, not everybody. Some people will find it, like, exposing. But others are going to find it very beneficial, informational, and helpful. And all I want to do is put forth some information so that maybe you can turn around. Whoever's watching can turn around and be like, oh, gee, this little thing she said. Like, don't take everything. I'm not sitting over here saying everything I say is right. But you'll know. You know if something strikes home. You know if something feels that way. And if it does, well, you can sit and, blame somebody for attacking you. Or you can go find out why you feel attacked. My recommendation is go find out why you feel that way. If I say something that really hits home, go find out what do you think in your life is causing that? Because I can't tell you that. All right? But what I can do is show you what I've done and show you what I've done with my life and show you how I managed to overcome things and how I managed to survive the worst fucking 2 years of my life. Biggest mistakes I've ever made. And I can help other people not do the same. And that has been my lifelong goal since I was 8. So hey-o, thank you for the help, I guess. And in the meantime, chat, you'll know. Read the stream title. If it says I'm just shooting the shit, I'm over here shooting the shit and we're just going to be fucking completely off topic. But if it seems like it's got a title and it looks like it's got a title, then it's going to be a very strategically well-planned podcast full of information and resources that are going to help you be your best self. Or at least that will be the mission and the goal and nothing more than that. So until I see you guys again, take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. Love yourselves and know your worth. And by the way, don't take no shit from anyone. Bye, guys.
Yeah.